All right, guys. So a lot of people have asked me, what did I mean by the Biden administration is going to be changing family court? Well, all right. So let me explain to you. I had a conversation with Stacy Abrams earlier on this morning. It was kind of weird because we were in different time zones. I kind of tell her that I'm in the Pacific time zone. She's in Georgia. However, had a chat with her, and apparently because of what happened with Joe Biden's son, the baby mama drama, and because of what happened with Kamala Harris's father being alienated, you don't cross both the vice president and president elect and then think that's not going to be held to pay for that. Heads are going to roll. Basically, the drug offenses, like, for example, in my case, right, they kept using marijuana against me in South Carolina, trying to take my kid away from me. They kept drug testing me. And I've never been arrested for anything. I've never even been to freaking jail, but I just kept being drug tested. And the judge who did it, her name was Monet Pincus. When you do a criminal background search on Monet Pincus, you find that she's been arrested for damn weed before. So she was drug testing me based on a substance that she was arrested for, but I was never arrested for pretty much anything. So stuff like that is no longer gonna happen. All the drug offenses, especially marijuana stuff, purged. They're gonna make marijuana federally legal, which means a lot of this stuff is gonna have to go. You can't base it off of that anymore. And then on top of that, basically some of the PTSD stuff. I informed Stacey Abrams, who apparently related to the Biden transition team, basically that there were people having marijuana used against them. There were people who were having PTSD used against them. Former cops, military veterans who were having PTSD used against them in family court. You know, you go and you serve your country, and then that court uses PTSD against you when there's no grounds for it. Okay, so I alerted the Biden transition team of a lot of stuff that I've been talking about with my YouTube videos via Stacy Abrams. And so I'm going to tell you that family court, you've had your fun. You've had your fun targeting me and Brenda Bryan and everybody else, but it's time to pay the goddamn piper. That you might have screwed me once, but I promised you. I promise you, you made an enemy for life. And by the way, I'm not done. Oh no, we got a lot more work to do. Now, granted, some people in my position would say, okay, mission accomplished. You know what's going to happen. You don't target Joe Biden's son. There hasn't been one time you target Joe Biden or his son. And the institution who did so, Joe Biden didn't immediately go after them. He's already promised that. So, you know, that's the one bright spot in his presidency. You know what I'm saying? Besides legalizing weed, he's actually going to go out to family court, and it's only because of what happened with his freaking son. Because Joe Biden holds a grudge, and he can't let things go. We know that about Joe Biden. He holds a grudge, man. He holds a grudge, and so I've been hearing that everywhere. And then when I started seeing, you know, him publicly mention that by family court and his son, that's a wrap. So I want to let South Carolina know that you created this monster, and I ain't gonna stop till every last one of you have some clenched assholes. I mean, that's gonna be some real tight assholes up in here. Oh no, we not done yet. Oh no, I'm just having fun. Trust me, I'm from another location where I can mess with you constantly, and you can't do nothing to me. Oh, it's on, baby. It's on. You started this fucking war, but I'm gonna end it. Because you don't want to start a war with an actual war fighter. Because I know how to fight, but except you don't know how to actually fight me. So I want to let you know that I had a hand in screwing over South Carolina family courts. I had a hand in doing all this because I made Stacey Abrams and everybody else aware of what was going on in family courts across the country, because I traveled to 48 states in 6 months. So I want you to know the reason why family court is about to basically catch hell. Because I told them about what was happening to black men and trans people. And Joe Biden has already announced that what happened to trans people in family court will no longer happen, period. So men, I would suggest to you that if you are being alienated after Joe Biden passes his legislation, because some of this, because a lot of this stuff can be done by executive order, and he really wants to do it. So I would suggest that you claim that you are non-binary. Don't say woman, because again, you got to that might come down to some kind of test. That might come down to some kind of test. But just say that you are non-binary, and they cannot deny you rights, and that's going to be probably done by executive order. But I would expect within the first year. You're going to see that. And I told Miss Abrams that if Joe Biden doesn't keep his promise, then you're my enemy because you're vouching for him. She said, "Don't worry, it's coming." Because after what happened to Walter Scott, and by the way, Walter Scott came back up. That's a big deal. It's a bigger deal than a lot of people realize. So, to my ex-wife, to the family courts, your move.